I didn't know I was an angry person until I got married. I didn't know I was a really angry person until I had kids. I'm so unfit to be a good mom because of my sin, but He takes sinners like me to show His grace and mercy. He's not calling me to be a perfect mom, but one that's trusting, humble, and repentant.
The best advice I got when I was younger, and actually it was a challenge, was to be bold and confident in asking God for the things He calls us to in His Word, the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, self control. The other thing was to not only ask Him for those things, but we can also ask Him for the want to, the passion, the desire to be about the things that Jesus calls us to in His Word, to go out into the world. He can actually change that in us. And asking Him is prayer. And so I just boil it down to my best advice to you women, whether you're a mother or you're not, or you're a young person: pray. Pray all kinds of prayers. Pray all the time. And just don't stop praying, because God is faithful and He'll do the things that He's asking us to do in His Word.
I want to encourage you, moms, that you are in an amazing position. The Lord has placed you right where you need to be to speak life and truth into your children and to the children that are around you. You may be young in your role as a mom, and you may be tired, and the days are long, but the years go quickly, and you can look around the room and see many seasoned moms whose nests are now empty. And there's wisdom in the room. Ask for help. Every mom, you've got a voice, and you've got stories, and you have so much to share with others. So use this time. Use your time wisely, and just love the children. Be a spiritual mentor, and know that you are valued, you are enough, and God's grace is sufficient. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. 1 Peter 3:4 tells us as women to have a gentle spirit, which is very precious to God. I know this is a lot to do when you have so many little children running around, so please just bear this in mind. And also to learn to remember the things that God has taught us, the miracles He has wrought in our lives. The Bible in Deuteronomy 4:9 encourages us to teach this to our children and to our children's children. And this also goes for our great-grandmas. Teach your children the things that God has done for you. Happy Mother's Day.
Moms, what is pleasing to the Lord? Guiding your children to know God personally, to worship God with their whole heart, to learn God's commands, and to serve God with a willing heart, and to be faithful. Mom, you are a princess warrior in God's army for your children in this culture. Be strong, be courageous, be brave, be bold, and pray.
What I wanted to share with you today is something that Margaret posted on Facebook, and I agreed totally. This book, Praying Scriptures for Your Children, is fabulous. You put your child's name in the passage and pray that for your child, for compassion, for character qualities that you would like, for the child's peace, for their maturity, for growing, for how they would grow up to see God. This book by Jody Berndt, Berndt, Praying the Scriptures for Your Children, is valuable, very valuable, to have in your home, to have in your heart, to do Bible study with every day as you pray for your children. In praying for wisdom and discernment, one of the scriptures it uses is Colossians 1:9-10, and I would say, fill Clark with the knowledge of your will through all spiritual wisdom and understanding, that Clark might live in a life worthy of you, Lord, and please you in every way.
No matter what season of motherhood you're in, whether it's newborn, infant, toddler, teenager, or even an adult child, know that it doesn't have to be or look perfect. Find peace, grace, and rest in our Heavenly Father, who is perfect and makes no mistakes.
Hey moms, are you stretched thin, discouraged, at the end of your rope? I've been there. But you know, the most important job we have as a mom is raising our children. It's what we were created for, and in troubling times, we have our jobs cut out for us, like these days. God uses them to bring us, those troubling times, to bring us to the end of ourselves. So when I find myself on the front lines as a mom, I just think of this song that used to be a good one whenever I was younger, and it says that if I'd never had a problem, I wouldn't know that God could solve them. And that's become important to me, because during those times is when God showed himself to me, and it increased my faith. And that's what it's all about. It's passing that faith on to our children, Lord. And those strengths that come from the Lord in those troubling times or hard times or when you're stretched thin is what is so important for us when really, really tough times get here. You're needed. You can do this.
Hi, mamas. I just want to encourage you that in this world where we are bombarded with all the things we're supposed to do for our kids, that can make us feel like we can never achieve that. And I just want to remind you that the true thing that we need to focus on is showing by example to our kids what it means to love God and what it means to love each other. And after that, leave the rest up to God and trust him to fill in all the gaps that we fail in.
Hello, mothers. My best advice for you is for those who have a strong-willed child. My advice is to love them. Love them when they make bad decisions. In spite of their bad decisions, always just love them. And then, years later, they will call you on the phone and ask you to pray for them or someone important to them. That's my best advice. Thank you.
I would encourage mothers to always listen to their children closely when they want to speak to you or talk to you. You never know what you might learn from them when they speak to you from their hearts.